Where is Miss Pickles? Marcy loved her dog, Miss Pickles. Every weekday at about 3 o'clock, Miss Pickles waited by the front gate as Marcy and her mom walked home from school. Marcy was always happy to see Miss Pickles waiting for her. One Friday, when Marcy and her mom came home from school, Miss Pickles wasn't at the gate. Miss Pickles, where are you? Marcy called. She looked around the front yard. No sign of Miss Pickles. Marcy sighed. Mom, have you seen Miss Pickles this afternoon? She's not here. No, Marcy, said Mom. Come to think of it, I haven't seen her for a while. Why don't you look out back while I check inside? Sure, Mom, Marcy said. After a few minutes, Mom joined Marcy in the backyard. No sign of her inside, said Mom. She's not out here either, said Marcy. Soon Dad arrived home. When Marcy told Dad about Miss Pickles, he suggested they take a walk around the neighborhood to look for her. They walked up and down the street calling out, Miss Pickles, where are you? But they didn't find Miss Pickles, so Marcy and her parents walked back home. That night, Marcy had trouble getting to sleep. She was worried about Miss Pickles. Marcy just had to find her. The next morning, Marcy slept in. All that worrying had made her tired. She turned over and felt something warm at the end of her bed. She sat up and looked. It was Miss Pickles. Where have you been? Marcy asked. Miss Pickles jumped off the bed and ran out of Marcy's room. Come back, Marcy cried. She threw her clothes on and raced outside. She found Miss Pickles in the backyard by the fence. Come here, Miss Pickles, Marcy commanded. Miss Pickles scampered over to Marcy. Marcy picked her up and they went inside. Dad, Mom, Marcy called. Dad and Mom appeared from the kitchen. You found Miss Pickles, said Mom. Yes, Marcy said. But I think she wants to take me somewhere. Can you come too? Dad and Mom followed Marcy outside. Marcy put Miss Pickles down. She ran across the backyard and burrowed under the fence. Marcy looked at her parents. Where do you think she's going? Let's find out, said Mom. They walked through the gate in the fence. On the other side was a large park where children played and people walked their dogs. It was very busy. Marcy could just see Miss Pickles in the distance. Where was she going? Marcy and her parents crossed the park and came to a path that led up to a yellow house. I didn't think anyone lived here, Marcy said. I think someone does now. I saw a moving truck here a few weeks ago, Mom replied. Miss Pickles was halfway up the path to the house. She saw Marcy and her parents and started barking. Woof, woof! Miss Pickles seemed to be asking them to follow her. They walked up the path to the front door. It was open just a crack. Miss Pickles pushed the door open, ran in, then stopped and looked back at them. Come on, she seemed to say. So Marcy, Mom, and Dad followed the dog into the house. Hello, is anyone here? Dad called. Miss Pickles led the way to the kitchen, where a man was standing in front of the oven. Hello, said the man, smiling at Marcy. You must be Marcy Walker. I'm Sam. Miss Pickles must have followed her nose. He nodded towards the oven. I'm cooking my special roast chicken today. I'm cooking my special roast chicken. How do you know who I am? Asked Marcy. Your name is on Miss Pickles' tag. Sam showed Marcy the tag around Miss Pickles' neck. It said, Miss Pickles, return to Marcy Walker till 555. But Marcy couldn't read the rest. It had rubbed off. I couldn't call her because I can't read the telephone number. But Miss Pickles has been safe here. We're sorry to disturb you, Dad said. Oh, don't worry, said Sam. I'm glad for the company. So Miss Pickles was here last night, Mama asked. Yes, Sam replied. Miss Pickles has visited me almost every day since I moved in a few weeks ago. Yesterday she fell asleep in the sun over there on that pillow, and I didn't want to wake her. When she woke up, it was quite late, so she stayed here and I sent her home earlier this morning. She comes here almost every day, Marcy repeated. Yes, she likes my cooking, Sam said. The chicken's almost ready, so are the potatoes, carrots, and beans. Would you folks like to stay for lunch? Yeah, Marcy exclaimed. That would be lovely, Sam, Mama smiled. Miss Pickles gave an exciting yelp. Marcy smiled too. It looked like Miss Pickles had found a new friend for the whole family. The end.